Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? It's Casey here, and I'm back with yet another video. Today is the day that Yahuwah has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Hey y'all, just off rip, let me say this. You might hear a lot of background noise because it's hot. It's hotter than July. And baby, I'm in Florida, and let me tell you, it's hot. So it's a lot of fans, it's a lot of stuff just going on, okay? Um, so forgive me of any background noises that you may hear. Hopefully you don't, but you may. Now let's get to the topic at hand. Chaos by design, baby. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So don't you feel like you're living in a reality show or the reality shows came to you? Well, they did. They did. And yeah, they're pulling up. I just sit back and watch. As Yehoah told me before, you can either watch this reality show or you can be a part of said reality show. I'm sitting back watching and I'm seeing a lot going on. And I don't know if you guys know what's going on, but I'm going to use a lot of cold words. Hopefully, you know what I'm speaking of. You have to go to my Patreon if you want to just hear me outright say stuff because, you can't do that everywhere. Yeah. I wanted to play videos for you guys over here. Can't do it. Can't do it because you say the wrong word and that's it. So, yeah, that's reserved for over there. But for over here, let's talk about the red horse riding. And baby, is he riding all over the earth? Don't you see Jacob's trouble? Boom. Jacob, Israel, Jacob, Jacob. You know, the black folks, so-called black folks, so-called African Americans, the Hebrew Israelites. The scripture told us about Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than any other time. And, we always thought, or I always thought that 1619 transatlantic slavery was the worst time, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And so this is why I have been saying, especially for Hebrew Israelites, you might want to leave this place. But judgment will follow everywhere because judgment is upon the whole world. So if you haven't been paying attention, let's talk about a couple of things. First, let's talk about the Camilo Anthony case. Y'all don't see the magic. Y'all don't see the chaos in it. CW then got himself involved in it. The dude, Charles, I'm not even going to say his whole name. If you don't even know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about, Google it. Yeah. hmm He done got tied up in this whole situation with the Camillo cases, as well as other actors and plants that I've been telling y'all have been planted along this thing called the internet. I got a whole thing on my Patreon called Plants. Okay, plants. And it's not just the CK plants, like Calvin Klein, but don't think Calvin Klein, think Erica. Think Erica type of plants. Now you got to understand there are some plants like Nikki who just wished her leader his happy 80th birthday today, or was that yesterday? And, did the little AI pictures of them. And Nikki fans is saying, oh, she's a sellout. No, she's a plant. She's a plant, just like all the rest of them. These YouTubers are plants. These TikTokers are plants. These people are plants. That's why YouTube changed their terms about 5 or 6 years ago. They changed their terms of service and called YouTube content creators actors. I thought that was very interesting. The characters and the actors' verbiage that they were using because they central, casting type of actors, the ones that get out of prison most of them for heinous crimes, such as taking people's lives. And now all of a sudden, like Charles, for example, is all over the internet putting down the community of his own type, melanin, playing this card, that card for the money. Y'all, these people is plants. These people is plants. So let's go back to Carmelo. So we see what happened there. I'm gonna do a whole video on my pick. Oh, that's gonna be a big one because baby, the games that the media is playing, these witches and warlocks is playing, this whole system is playing. But oh, trust me, Yahuwah know what's going on. He see it. And he's even helped to orchestrate it because Romans 8:28 all day, baby. Romans 8:28 all day. Because things is gonna work out regardless of what the devil had for evil. Most High gonna turn it for good. You understand that? So yeah, he was railroaded or whatnot. And it's gonna start this good old thing that they call they're amping the people up, harvesting their energy. And when you get into the occult thing, see, I used to practice witchcraft and I used to get into occult type of practices and how to pull on people emotions and to harvest their energy and to use it for magic, especially chaos magic, to help fulfill your spells and rituals is what they're doing. And this is why they definitely always, always, always do this to melanated people. Not only are they pulling from your energy, harvesting that energy, using it for the next pandemic or for the next civil thing or for the next WW Raw EUFC number 3, whatever you want to call it, or whatever, they're pulling on it and they're using that as well as in the physical. That's the spiritual realm because you got to also know that these fallen angel entities and they little minions is eating at you as well, at your emotions, eating on your spiritual body, your etheric body. Yeah, that's why they like to put you in these stadiums where it's football games and yeah. But they really like when you have anger, anxiety, panic, fear. Oh, that stuff. They just get off on that stuff. Yeah. And don't you feel drained, tired, wore out? It's like they're stealing your energy. It's like they're stealing your life because that's exactly what they're doing on a spiritual level. But on a physical level, they're getting people from different demographics to hate each other. I've been seeing all the stuff on the X and the Twitter and the Tik and the Talk and the Face and the look, the U to the tube and yeah. And people are turning up real good, showing their true colors, honey. No pun. Well, pun is intended, actually. Yeah. Boy, it's some mighty evil people in this land. And when I say Yahuwah, my father, I see why you're going to destroy this place because it's full of demons. The people are demon possessed. The people are demon possessed, the evil that they spew on here. Okay. On either side, whichever side that you know what I'm saying? It's a certain way to be about things, conduct things. It's a certain way to do things, right? But we know that if things was vice versa, it would be different. It's like I'm going to talk about in another story. So they're building this tension up, especially with the media. And like I say, I'm going to talk about that one story real deep. We're going to get into the occult things, the days that things were done, because when I saw on a Saturday, they went to court on a Saturday. I said, oh no, oh no, oh no. I see magic. I see magic. When I saw the day they selected the jury, when I saw certain things, I said, oh, when I saw the Freemason hand that the judge did in that interview, he did two Freemason hands poses that I saw. I said, oh, confirmation, confirmation. Letting your buddies know we did the deal. Confirmation. So it's a lot of magic being played. Be careful. Don't catch no strays. Now, let's talk about how that's connected to the Cyrus situation and this blackout that we're having. You know, the blackout with the melanated folks and the Americas is saying no more. We're not buying any more of Kim Lee John's nails, spas, beauty products. We're done. Something they should have done like a very long. I'm not gonna lie. Father help me. You shouldn't be wearing nobody hair in your head. Like I don't even understand why it is a. I do because it's MK Ultra Mind Control, Nicki Minaj, and them guys are doing that. What makes you think it's cool to wear human hair? Like that's just so weird to me. I can see the synthetic hair, but human, like who human hair was this on? And now I'm putting that energy on my head. Then I wonder why I act like a wild banshee and got mental health issues from time to time, girl, because you demon possessed. You wearing human hair. That's like me saying, let me get a human eyeball so I can see instead of glasses, instead of contacts. I want a human eyeball. Okay. Who human eyeball is you using? You know? But nonetheless, so now the wealth transfer is transferring, right? Because I've been seeing where some of these Kim G. John Lee beauty shops is shutting down in this short period of time. People stopped visiting because of the Cyrus situation that happened in 2023. 2023. Why didn't we really hear about it so much in 2023? Because the witches and warlocks didn't want you to know about it like that until 2026 when they made the case go here around the same time that they made the case go with Carmelo. Y'all, these demons know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So now they got the melanated people. We don't like Kim G. Long Yi, Bruce Lee people. And it's not that, it's just how we're taking our power back and we're going to spend money in our community. And so, from my understanding, they're spending money instead of in the nail salons and the spas and things like that, the beauty support. They're going to spend it with other melanated people. I say take it further and do it to all businesses. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Restaurants, clothing stores, healthy foods, which I actually did see some farmers and stuff advertising their black-owned businesses. So now black-owned businesses is wealth transfer is transferring. Listen, this wealth transfer that the Most High has told us about in His Word, it is happening in different phases at different times, and it's just going to hit you. I'm starting to see that as long as you are in alignment with Him and you do what He say do, when your time come, it's going to take you suddenly. It's going to hit you like a wave because you've been working on that business, working on that business, working on that business. You know, these beauty supply stores, they've been working on it, ain't been having customers because everybody going at them. And now all of a sudden, boom, it hits you like a wave. But I've been seeing that happen since 2020, actually, even with the evil, wicked ones that's been manipulating the, markets and things. It's been, yeah, even with the so-called essential workers. Remember Uber, Lyft, all of that. I remember the drivers were talking back in 2020 when everybody was scared to drive. They was making all of this money because everybody was scared to drive. They didn't want to catch the costs. And so they were making all of this money. People was getting them PPP loans. So they was ordering a lot of stuff, like food deliveries, things like that, shopping for them. And so they were making a lot of money. So I'm noticing that different industries in different areas is just boom. When it's your time, you're going to get it. So it looked like that's what's going on there. But notice the divide. It seems like a divide. It seems like, oh, the melanated people, they hate us. Oh, they hate us. It's not that they hate you. They just want respect and they're tired of you treating them like trash. They come and buy their services and things, and then you don't even want to stand up for what happened to the young boy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I believe the kid was 14 years old in 2023. He goes into the store of Kim Jong Lee, Bruce Lee, store, and basically they accuse him of stealing a water bottle. And then he got caught by the grandfather, I think the father or the grandfather, I think it was the grandfather of the store. Basically, his grandson said he saw that the boy had a Cyrus, the melanated boy, that supposedly stole the water bottle, which he didn't. But he said he saw him with a, yeah, with a switch, whatever they call it nowadays, child. I don't know, Smith or to the Weston, right? Which he did not pull, hurt or harm them. Long story short, I'm just hearing about this story and I'm wondering why. Why are we just hearing about this story? Another race related story. Okay, so far we got Carmelo, we got Cyrus. And the result of Cyrus is now melanated people are saying, we're not doing this. But guess what's happening in the process of all of that? You're destroying your own economy. Now, hold on, let me explain. Now, I'm not saying don't shop black. I ain't say that. But I want you to see the play and how the devil is so slick. Okay? So you're shutting down those people businesses, which will have an effect in your GDP, which will have an effect in your economy, right? Now, hopefully that money ships over to the black owned businesses and things can still go on, but it's still going to be an effect. Those people, what are they going to do? I don't see them working. They usually have businesses. What they going to do? AI taking up over everything. Where they going to work at? What skills do they have besides doing a nail? And if nobody's coming to them, I'm just saying, we're going to have some people on EBT, on welfare. Is that how y'all say it? And then you see they taking away the EBT and the welfare and all the medical services and things. So it's bigger than just that. It's bigger than just that. You see, did y'all hear about that Natasha doll? Because this is part of the chaos magic too. The Chinese have this thing called Natasha doll. Go and look it up. Basically, it's a baby doll that is melanated and they beats it up. And it makes them feel good. So basically, that's yet another weapon of seeing them abuse the doll, talk about it on these platforms of why they do it and things like that. It's like, well, why you not doing it to your own? I mean, why the doll can't be a Kim Jong Lee doll? Why can't be a Bruce Lee doll? Why can't be a Becky with the good hair doll? Why must it be a Natasha doll that you beat up? That you teaching your kids it's okay propaganda wise to treat a certain type of doll or people in such a manner or in such a way, growing them up to basically be another Cyrus, right? Versus whatever the dude name was, I think is Rick situation. Do y'all see the games that they playing and how they doing it all at the same time? At the same time, the father had me several months ago go and look at that video by Future. Number one, his name is Future. Number one, his name is Future. And Future actually is part of the wealth transfer, trade and futures. But we're not going to get into that into this video. We're going to get into the other layer of Future. So he had me look at that. And it's this video called At the Same Time, at the Same Time. And I saw what was going on. And he was letting me know all these things is going to happen at the same time. The famine is going to happen at the same time as the war is going to happen at the same time as the economic shift is going to happen. It's going to it's going to be so much chaos. People are going to be mentally unable to handle it all. And that's just keeping it funky, real in a buck. I just saw a young lady on the TikToker who took away her life after she made this last video, melanated lady. And she was just like, she said she was so tired. She works 2 jobs. She works 7 days a week, double shift. And she said that's what she do. And she feels like a slave. And she was just crying, crying. Y'all, she unalived herself not long after that. And that's the plan. That's the plan. Depop is the plan on all kinds of levels. Okay. This is why the Most High has been preparing us for years. I've been saying, you need to prep. This is what he said. You need to grow gardens. You need to, stock up. You need to learn medicine, grow your medicine. You need to, water, learn how to drink clean water, get lots of water. Basically get land, leave this place. I've been telling you about the physical things, but I'm also telling you about the spiritual things. He has been telling us this so we can properly, we won't be caught off guard per se of what going. Now we might not know the day, the time, or the hour that these events take place, like this race war coming up. It looked like they got it brewing real good around the globe. You're getting tensions real hot and heated. Like I say, I have to show you stuff on Patreon, not here, but yeah, they getting it popping. They getting it popping, and people is falling for the okie doke. But it's all a part of God's plan, right? As Drake would say in the song, right? God's plan. The 666 God. Mhm. But guess what? The creator, Yahuwah, he's using him as the minion that he is to get his job done. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot going on with these tensions in the different demographics. Okay. So have you guys heard about Henry Novak in the UK? Basically, it's another situation. However, it's so amazing how this happened. And this was in December 2025. White dude, basically. Um, Now again, I have to show you on Patreon because I got the phone call to the police and everything, honey. But basically, an immigrant, which he looked Middle Eastern-ish to me. But you can go and look the story up. He stabbed I ain't gonna say the local. Well, yeah, we'll say that. He stabbed a white boy. He stabbed him. Okay. And basically what he said in the phone call to the police, when he called the police when he stabbed him, he called the police and he said that Henry was being racist towards his brother, that he attacked his brother word wise and physically, and he ended up stabbing him. Okay. So this started a whole war there between people. Now they want all the people that's darker in tone to leave the UK. Do y'all see all of this happening at the same time? Do you see the red horse riding? The red horse of Revelations that says it's the horse of war, basically. Right. And there's so many other stories that I don't know about, but I'm just seeing these few. What about the one that's in northern Belfast, Belfast, Ireland? But I say Belfast, Baal, fast. So they got a little thing going on there too. So a Sudanese man, right, attempted to behead a local man there. right? Gruesome video. I didn't see the video. I didn't want to see the video of the actual. I wanted to protect my eye gates from that. But I heard the stories. Okay. And so therefore, when this happened, everybody's blaming all the melanated people there because Sudanese people is melanated. And so now melanated people are afraid to leave their homes. They're literally doing rosewood over there. Mississippi burning over there right now. They're dragging melanated people out of their house, burning their houses down with their children in them. All the stuff that the USA that they did just a few years ago. I don't know, depending on which part of the USA you in, they still was burning crosses in the 90s around here. In Florida, they still hang people here in Florida. So I don't know what you used to. Every state, might be a little different in how they do the things. But yeah, so they're doing the things that they used to do back in the day. They're doing that right now. The Black folks terrorizing. A matter of fact, it's an actress or a singer slash actress that was supposed to perform at their center. I forgot, like the opera center or something. And she said she's scared to come out of her straight up, and she's scared for the staff. They had to cancel the whole show. So I want you to see there's a pattern here. There's a pattern here where demonic forces, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, we know that, right? This is spiritual wickedness in high places. And when I say high places, I mean not only in the heavens, I mean in high offices. As we see, high offices like judges and juries, for example, certain media outlets like Fox and NBC and ABC and TDG and AKB and KK. I'm just saying, right? So there's spiritual wickedness going throughout the land. And it's more than the US of A, okay? A lot of violence, arguing, fighting. I've even been seeing individual stories that hasn't hit the mainstream news where just crazy stuff is going on. Just you got to be covered in the blood right now, and you got to be covered in the blood of Yahushua right now, baby. You need to be led by the Spirit, asking that you be led to go to the certain places at certain times, doing certain things, because it's getting wicked. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing these folks online, baby, talking about it's time to do what they're doing in the UK. White boys, it's time that we do the same thing right here in the US of A. What is you waiting on? So, y'all know what I'm saying, right? Y'all know what I'm saying. So we're gonna see what these YNs gonna be doing besides whining, right? When this thing pop off. Mhm. Another thing that I saw was the World Cup. And I'm not into that type of stuff, but I saw the rioting on the first day. I believe it was the first day. They was rioting over there. I didn't get all into the story, but it just reminded me once again of the predictive programming that Beyonce and Jay-Z, who told you to watch The Throne representing Obama, and Kanye, I guess they're the Trinity. I don't know. And Rihanna, telling you who gonna run this town tonight. Um, I just remember the end of their videos back in that time. Like, let's say girls who run the world, girls who run the world. You remember it was always the people against the girls. It would always be SWAT at the end of the videos, or they would show them fighting each other, SWAT, and they're black or whatever. And at the end, I noticed at the end of every video, they just would show them confronting each other. They never showed who won. Same thing with that No Church in the Wild. I'm not talking about the first Church in the Wild. I ain't talking about the one that MTV made Jay-Z take off the first time he ran it because it was about black slave masters hunting down that white boy from Road Trip and had that black dog on his behind and had him running like he was they had flipped it. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. They had flipped Yeah, MTV said no more. They played it at one time, and that was it. Well, I found the video. Somebody re-uploaded the video about 2 years ago. I found it. I said, wow. I never thought this would be back online again. I ain't talking about that church in a while. We're talking about the other church in the wild that Kanye and Jay-Z did. The one where in which, yes, they're fighting the authorities, the people versus the authorities, the gov, right? Or who gonna run this town tonight? A bunch of chaos, all black everything, black cars, black, all black. So it's a lot of those songs back then between those people, those four folks, Riri, Jay-Z, Kanye, Beyonce. And we know they're for the people. Remember when Beyonce was programming you with the whole fists in the air and, you know, her baby got her hair, what she say, like the Jackson 5 or something. I forgot what's the name of that video. Okay, ladies, let us get information. Uh-huh. You mix that Creole with that, whatever it was. You got a Texas Bama. Uh-huh. They've been programming you for a while. Satan is very subtle and he's patient. He's an immortal being. He's got time. He's got time, right? So they've been programming you to hate one another for a while. And let's not forget the whole Michael Kaepernick and that fake knee to the ground that he did. Hmm. And then all of a sudden, Jay-Z is part of the NFL, and da, 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 and we should put this stuff behind us, and da, 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 da. Then Jay-Z, they made the documentary about Trayvon Martin and all of this and all of that. And now Beyonce, I showed y'all the video. I put it on my Patreon. It might still be on here, but I think I took it off here. Beyonce doing the whole freedom album. And I'm telling y'all, this is nothing but they trying to get them white folks upset. She taking over country. You know, she got the red, white, and blue. Like, come on, guys. We got to see the play. Game, recognize game. Come on, where the discernment is at, yo. You was not fenced to mess with my emotions like that. I refuse to let you mess with my emotions like that. We see the game. We see what you're doing. You see what I'm saying now? That's why we take these things in a secret place and pray and ask the Father, how do we move about these things? And it's better to move spiritually, right? Praying, fasting, reading the word, getting the answers from him on how to move in these things. They're setting up a trap. I'm going to talk about the trap, especially with Carmelo in my other video, because that's a whole, because I've been following that thing. And that's a whole trap at the end of the day, like even down to the donations, okay? Because they're passing laws, if you don't know. Well, when you donate money to certain people, you can be considered a domestic terrorist, depending on who these people is. So I'm just saying they're real slick with what they do and how they do what they do. But the Most High is watching. Oh, he is watching. And he's going to do something about it. Oh, you best better believe it's all in his timing, all his divine timing. But I see the game player. I see the absolute game. I see the plants. And boy, they plant them all around you. Like I literally feel like when they say Satan sowed his seeds or whatnot, you know the parable Jesus talked about, Yahusha talked about when it talked about the enemy went and sowed seeds into the farmer's garden. And he said, let them both grow together, the wheat and the tares. Satan got seeds everywhere. These plants is everywhere. I'm talking about biological seeds. I'm talking about these seeds that selling their souls on YouTube and on Ustream. What's them streaming people? And just seeds everywhere. These journalists, just seeds. I'm talking about little. They don't even have to pay you hundreds of millions and billions of dollars anymore. They just give you a few 100,000. You might get a cool million. Like, why? Why why pay you Will Smith money, Jada Pinkett money? Why pay you Leonardo DiCaprio money when you being a Real Housewives of Atlanta is just as good? Or you being a YouTuber is just as well with 1 million followers, 200,000 followers, 3 million followers, 50,000 followers. That's how low they getting. You all can be invited to the Illuminati party. But anyway, plants can be used in every area. Oh, baby, in every area. Hmm. Did y'all notice those stupid Lego videos they got? So look. That's what I say. You just gotta sit back and watch. Just watch. So it started with this whole thing where, oh, Iran is getting back at the people with the files on them in the house. Not the black house, but that other house. And them different parties, because all the parties is in it together. And so they up here trying to enlighten the people of, oh, we closing the Strait of Hormuz with the little Lego videos, and they thought it was so cute. Honey, they done made about 500 Lego videos now. It transformed from that down to, oh, this is for you melanated people in America. How slavery really came to be and what really happened. So now they really, really going hard on black folks. See, they always play on the melanated people. They always, because number one, they know they can pull at your emotions. They know that they just need to get you to rise up at daytime. And no, we gonna rise up on our time. And when the Most High say it's time to rise up in the way, in the form, in the fashion that He says to rise up, they want to get that rise out of you. I'm telling you, them evil entities is trying to get it popping from the spiritual realm. And they just gotta whisper those sweet nothings in your ear. And they doing it with the Lego movies too. And I said, now how we went from that to now this is all they talking about. Slavery, slave ships, how they treat you dirty, blah blah blah. I say, boy, this propaganda is worse than back in the day with hit, to the lure and everything. This propaganda. Like if hit to the lure had this type of propaganda machine, oh man, they'd have been dead. Them people in so long time ago in them camps. And by the way, they building a lot of camps around here. I hope more than them data centers. We ain't even gonna talk about that AI governance that they told you that they was gonna do. They told you. That's why I can't even be mad at the man. The man told you, I'm coming in. We're gonna be the crypto capital. A lot of death, right? Because that was double signs. He was telling you it's going to be the crypto capital, right? Meaning, yeah, cryptocurrency. Yeah, that's why I've been telling everybody, you better learn crypto. The next thing he said are the same word, but the next level or dimension, crypto. Y'all, a lot of y'all people gonna be dead. Tales from the crypt. You're gonna be in a crypt. Crypt. Death. Okay? Yeah. So he told you that. He told you about AI governance. He told you that. Now people mad that data centers being built. Dude, this what you said you prayed for and voted for. You wanted to be surveillanced. You wanted your phones to be tracked. You wanted them to hear I have to do a whole nother video on that because I can't even be mad at it. Like I want to be upset. But he told you. He said, I'm gonna spend I think it was 500 million or 500 billion, even though, we was in like $100 trillion in debt. So he told you. Now the people mad because now they want to put a chip in your brain, and now the people mad because they want a camera on everything. Now the people mad because now AI gonna take. It was called AI governance. Do you know what governance means? Do you know what AI? It's just they literally telling you it's in the words, dude. Why are you mad? Now you voted for it. This is what you voted for, right? Okay, you got it. AI is going to govern if you're eligible for EBT. It's going to govern if you're eligible for Medicare, Medicaid, child care. AI is going to govern your children and you. This is what you voted for, right? They told you. You want to be like, but they lied. Where was the lie? Where was the lie? He told you. And that's what you said you wanted because he's a businessman. You know, like Jay Z predictably programmed you and his song to say, because I'm a businessman. You know, capitalism gone wrong. Okay, but anyway, so nonetheless, that's a whole nother video for another time. But you see how the Lego movies, because that's what I was talking about, the Lego movie, you see how they twisted it, and now the narrative is all about you melanated people. Plants everywhere. Oh, yeah. That whole situation, again, and I'm going to make a big video on this, but with Carmelo, all of a sudden, Cardi B coming out. All of a sudden, this plant, which I told y'all she was a plant when she first came out from Love and Hip Hop. I said she was a plant. Here she go, I'm gonna put $5 million. You know. Well, no, she said it was injustice and all of this and all of that. Plant. CW Charles. Plant. What's all of that? Matter of fact, I just saw a video with Bootsy. Listen, this how they do, y'all. Bootsy made a video, Lil Bootsy, the rapper, Louisiana rapper. He said he was gonna go on Wild and Out. He came on camera and said, y'all, I'm no longer going to Wild and Out. I'm going to send y'all money back. He said, I found out. He said, them snakes, basically. He said, I found out they put CW Charles on the same episode of Wild and Out I'm supposed to be on. He said, they want me to go to jail. He said, nope, I canceled it. And this is what I'm talking about with discernment. Now I can say a lot of things about Lil Bootsy. He ain't no good. I don't like how he is when he do certain things. One thing he will always acknowledge Jesus. He will always acknowledge Jesus when he be speaking about stuff like the trans situation. Was talking about Dwayne Wade's son and stuff like that. And he was saying, "Man, don't cut his you know what off, man. Don't cut his you know what off, man." You know, he don't play that gazy stuff. He just not with it. It's just certain things. And when he gets in trouble with the law, and I'm not taking up for him, but I got to give him I got to say the truth. He always be like, thank you, God. Thank you. He always be like, thank you, Jesus. Because he always, no matter even the evil that he do, he always got to give him his, right? So he got a little bit of discernment. He got a little bit of discernment. And when however he found out that CW was coming, he just said he bowed out and said, I ain't even gonna go to the show. The money ain't even worth it. I ain't even because he hot with him because of the Carmelo situation, because he like I said, I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that, but he don't want to give the $75,000 for the appeal now. He done came up with some excuse, like I say, whole nother video on that. It's gonna probably definitely be on my Patreon because I want to say names. And so, anyways, yeah. So Cardi B, they claim she was supposed to put up 5 million to help him. I don't know how true that part is, but she did come out and say it was injustice done to him. Plant. Remember, she's democratic plant, like Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett was a democratic plant for your girl that's about to be president soon. He was a plant for her. The demons, the demon part. They all demons, but that just got the word in it. Jussie Smollett, when he beat his own self, like he was on a thin line between love and hate. Yeah, he was acting, right? Just like Cardi B is acting. acting, just like when she was acting when eggs was $25 and she come on, oh my gosh, guys, look how much my bill is. I can't believe, girl, you're a millionaire. That is not hurting you. But you were plant and you was told that was the script that you had. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. So she was a plant for that. Then Bootsy said he was gonna put some money in on the Carmelo thing. So when Charles decided to not give the $75,000, then Bootsy he got hot. So long story short, it's a lot going on. Okay. It's a lot going on. It's the chaos magic of it all. And when he first got in office, I showed y'all the chaos magic. I showed you he was a warlock. I showed y'all he was a Gemini. The twins, notice his twins in this story that I'm telling y'all about with Carmelo. I'm going to break all the occult stuff down, like I say, in the Patreon. I just don't think I'm going to be able to put that video out here because I really want to talk. I really want to say what I want to say. Um, but anyways, to help you see the connections. And all it is A plus one, two, three, guess the code word in me. It's just ridiculous. Um, so yeah, we got plants doing all of this. Then we have other plants. Have y'all been seeing the okay, so you got the Bruce Lee plants. You got different types of Bruce Lee plants. So you got the Bruce Lee plant that came online talking about, oh, how you gonna stop after the Cyrus thing happened, how you gonna stop buying our products, going to our stuff? How are you going to that he was a plant. Hmm. And seen a few of Bruce Lee plants. I done seen a couple of Bruce Lee plants that's on YouTube real big. I done seen them for months now. They've been on here some years. And that's what I'm saying. Bruce Lee people, they got a whole book called The Art of War. So I need to read that book. When I was a kid, like in my early 20s, maybe 18, 19, very early 20s. I remember the spirit told me to read that book. I didn't read it because I'm thinking, I don't care about no war. But a lot of stuff we're saying right now, I bet it's in the art of war. I bet it is. My discernment is saying it is because those people have dynasties that's lasted for thousands of years, not 250 years, thousands of years. They know what they're doing psychologically, mentally, even down to the apps that they give you, like Ticker Tucker. They know how to make you do dumb stuff. So, anyways, these plants they got on this app called YouTube is these so-called professors and these smart, and what they do is they enlighten you on history, enlighten you on American history, enlighten you on slavery, enlighten you on what really happened with the Protestant wars and the Catholic wars and religion, who Jesus really was or wasn't. And y'all know them plants I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say their name. Yeah, y'all do. I know they done popped up on your timeline. They have so many views, so many viewers, so many subscribers, and I'm thinking, ain't that interesting? Because remember, the algorithm do not favor you unless it favors you. You might think that you're pushing your algorithm. No, you're not. I made a video the other day, and it was basically a clip from a movie called Carbon Copy. And the name of the video was When They Found Out Jesus Was Black. 3 to maybe 4 minutes long. The video went viral for me, because it was almost 1,000 views in like a day. And I said, okay, see, they know who to make viral or what to go, because they're trying to start some mess. Okay. What look, no hashtags, no keywords, no, it was just for my audience. And I have an idea of what happened, but I'm not gonna say here because other people be watching and I don't need them to know how I know everything. But like I say, you don't go viral unless they want you to go viral. Okay. I only get about 20 people to look at a video. So, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden I'm getting about 1,000. Girl, please, on a video, I did not put no keywords, no hash, no. Okay. So, you have different types of plants. Now, some plants, they were born, raised as plants. There were plants. They knew there were going to be plants. That was the whole game. That was a plan. But then you have other plants. They happen to become plants. I want to say people like Nikki, for example. Like, I don't think she ever thought she would be the type of plant to be like, happy 80th, you're my bestie to the leader of the nation, right? She just ended up a plant one day. That's how she ended up marrying the guy. She don't even like that dude. I don't know if y'all discernment is on and off, but she don't even like Kenneth like that. It just was orchestrated that way because, see, they had an agenda that they knew about years ago, but they knew, let's just get her into the contract, blah, blah, blah. Later on, she'll be a good, useful plant. We'll have something over her head. See, we'll have something over their head. That's like how they did Lil Nas X, the little gazy one, the one that I said, I don't know if he all of that gay. But anyways, remember when it came out on Twitter, they found him. He had said that he was lusting after his 2-year-old nephew. And he was wondering what it would be like. That's what he tweeted. Allegedly. All of a sudden now he's with who daddy? What's that girl daddy name? With Billy Ray Cyrus, singing about how he want to ride the horse to all them children at the schools. Remember? And now when the children look him up, he doing all kind of nasty, perverted plants. Plant. I'm tell you about these YouTubers that I see every day. Plant. You got to catch that on Patreon. Plants. And all the plants are going to be sacrificed. Ouch. See, that's the thing the plants don't when I say taken out to another dimension, all plants will be taken into another dimension. Okay. And so that's the scary thing about being a plant. Yeah. Be careful of the contracts that you make. Because that's how he gets you. He gets you with the contracts. He gets you with the so-called money you think you're going to get. You're going to be up there looking like Mary J. Blige on Hostro at 72 years old. Talking about you free. Okay, you free. But y'all see what I'm saying? It's a lot of plants. It's a lot of things going on. But see, while all that's going on, nobody's paying attention to the fact that the petrodollar will no longer be used. Right now, this is what's going on. This is what you're talking about. Petrol no more used in Saudi Arabia because they're instead going to go with BRICS nation. BRICS is still building. Oh, don't get it twisted. Don't get it messed up. In July, I think they said the second or third week in July, that's when our contract is totally over. Saudi Arabia is not coming back with us. They want to trade with in the currency of the Chinese yen, which is the currency chosen by BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia, South Africa. Man, there's so many countries over there that don't want to use the US dollar no more. So this is what they're not telling you. Another thing they're not telling you is that that thing L to the the one that's making the beast neural link chip, he just went and dropped a new company, the Space, X, and everybody investing their money into that. I bet you ain't, because you don't know nothing about it. You're all into the Carmelo stuff, right? People, it's a wealth transfer. It's a wealth transfer. People investing into this stuff, right? As soon as it gets on. Now, it's a lot of things happen financially that people don't even know or realize that's happening. And so while they're drowning in all of this other stuff, they're not even getting part of the wealth transfer. So they'll be part of the haves instead of have-nots, because there will be no middle class. You're either going to be really, really good or really, really bad. And on universal basic income, which now, old boy calls it universal high income, because I guess basic, people wasn't hearing that. So they just changed the word from basic to high, so you feel a little better about yourself. But that's basically where the government gives you money every month and you spend it how they say to spend it. It will be digital, so you got to spend it how they say to spend it. All your bills and stuff will come out of it immediately. So you ain't got to worry about rent and all of that. That's going to automatically come out. And then whatever you have left is what you have left. And then whatever they say you can do with a social credit score, you'll be able to say and do. So if they say, okay, you've been a good little citizen, you can drive a car, you can drive a bike, you can have this kind of car, you can live in this neighborhood, you can do this. By then, they'll probably have the smart cities, or, your president called them the freedom cities, or you can call them the 15-minute cities, whatever you want to call them, they're all the same. They're little luxury CCs. The first C, just concentrate on the first C. And then if you put a campus at the second C, then you get it. They're luxury those. Okay. Discernment, and you will find your way to what I'm speaking of. And so this is why I like to talk on Patreon. Right. So that's what's going on with that. A lot of financial things are happening right now. Right. People don't even know or realize it. A lot of other things are going on in the world as well, as far as laws being passed. Like I said, I saw something, this was about a year, not even a year ago, where I saw they said they were trying to come up with something where, because they want to kick everybody out of the country except a certain type of demographic. Which is fine. Hey, the Most High want that demographic here, because when He destroyed this place, the Most High need that demographic here so that they can pay for what their ancestors did. So I get the play. I get the play. It's prophecy fulfilling. He want everybody to go back home. That's what the word say. I want everybody back home. I want everybody to go. That's why the black people like, are the melanated people like, well, where we gonna go? Oh, He got a place for you, baby. I think it's in another dimension. I could be wrong, but based off of, I have to do another video. I don't think it's a real place in this dimension. I don't. And I could be wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong. But for us not to have any issues from the Antichrist at that time, for all this stuff to be going on in the world, I think we're going to be hidden in another dimension. And that's simply just, it's a dimension right next to me right now. It's a million dimensions next to you right now. It's just that I don't know what he's going to look. I'm not going to get into that into this video. Whatever. I said what I said, and I could be wrong. There we go. But it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And what you need to do is be focused on the Most High so He can tell you what you need to focus on, which is Him, and which is saving souls, and which is telling people about Yahushua coming back, or Jesus coming back, and telling them it's time to get right, and trying our best to live holy and righteous and being obedient to His word and doing what He called us to do. It's using our spiritual gifts and talents and abilities to be able to build and help the church, meaning not a church building, but the people. Okay. Not just yourself, because your gifts is not usually just for you, it's for others. Okay. And such like. And then from there, as the scripture says, seek ye the kingdom and its righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto you. And then, right? And then He'll tell you what to do. And then He'll tell you what business to start. And then He'll tell you, what kind of family dynamic you should have. And then He'll send your husband or wife. And then He'll give you the perfect job. And then He's going to tell you how to fix that health problem. And then, you see, He's going to tell you what to focus on. He's going to tell you if you need to move, if that hurricane is coming, if that earthquake is coming, if you need to move to another place, when, why. That's why you need to have a relationship with Him. And I offer you, once again, guys, my book that He told me to write. Guys, He told me to write this book a few years ago on how to hear His voice. If you cannot hear His voice, if you do not have conversations with the Most High, you need this book. You need, not because I want to be an all-time author or because I want to make $1 million, but this is what He told me. People is going to be, they need to hear my voice to be able to know how to move. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it in these end days. And guys, I didn't know or realize then, like I do now, but you're not going to know not to go to that cafe and it blow up. when you go in there to get your little latte because somebody planted something in it the week before and now it's time for it to kaboom. You're not gonna know not to go to that church or to that daycare. You're not, because I'm telling you, he have me praying for churches, daycare, schools a lot, especially for schools a lot. Other places and things too. But you're not gonna know to avoid this or that, or he's not gonna stop and block and have you stuck in traffic so that you can't make it to a place in time where in which something horrible happened. Somebody pull out a something of destruction to hurt or harm people. And you automatically should know, look, I don't need to be going to no demonic places. I don't need to be going to no clubs. I don't need to be going to no concerts. I don't need to. You automatically know that. It's already demons just there. You're not going to know how to pray. The Holy Spirit will lead you and it'll tell you, this is how you need to pray. I'm not saying nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy. But it'll teach you how to pray, how to cover yourself in blood, how to put on the whole armor of God, how to make sure that you led wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discernment. Pray for discernment every day. I ask for discernment every single day. Because even though, yes, he's giving me discernment, I need him to give me more every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Telling me when to speak to who and what and where and how and why, especially about him. You need to know these things. So, anyways, I have a link somewhere around here. You can check it out. I have a book in Amazon. I have it on my Patreon. You can get PDF on Patreon on how to hear the voice of the Most High. Also on Amazon, I have a physical book as well as the digital book. And it'll be the best gift you ever gave yourself or anybody else. Because to have a relationship with the creator. Do you know how awesome it is to be like, the creator? I talk to the creator and he speaks back to me. People be so excited that they met Jay-Z. That Nephilim family that I worked for, the father was so excited. Now he's supposed to be a deacon, honey, of the SDA, the Seventh Day Adventist. But he was so excited that he met Jay-Z. Because I had said something about Beyonce or something being a demon. He was like, I met her husband. I met Beyonce's husband. I'm like, dude, you said it like it's a flex. Really? You met that demon? And what? Now, this is supposed to be a person that's supposed to be a leader of a church. And this is what I'm telling you. Get up out of them church. Y'all better lead them churches. But yet, he can't hear the voice of the Most High. Yeah. No, my flex is I can hear my father. And my father hears me. I don't care about no political leader, no celebrity, no. Really? That's a whole man flesh, but they're gonna die. They're gonna be stinking. That's not a flex. If you stinking, you know better than me. So that's not a flex. That's not a flex. Even for a so-called Christian person, even for a so-called person that loves and believes in the most. Okay, cool. I met you. No disrespect, but can I hear from the Most High? I mean, I want to hear him. So I offer that gift to you if you want to give it to yourself. Link somewhere around up off in here in my link tree. To learn how to hear the voice of the Most High. Because guys, I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. It's getting wild. We got to keep our eyes focused on him. And hey, look at the magic in the media pushing all this mess. And that's one of the first thing I found out in occultism is that the media is the best witches and warlocks. The magic they can do. The magic they can do. And you see it even, with the lowest of them. If people believe they have authority or whatever, they have itching ears to hear lying gossipers or whatever. Hey, It is what it is. They will be MK Ultra mind control. They will be. And I refuse to be. I refuse in the mighty name of Yahusha. I refuse to be. I'm set apart. I'm nothing like this world. I'm just traveling through here as a pilgrim. This is not my home, according to the word. This is not my home. I'm just here representing my nation, my kingdom. My kingdom is of Yahusha and Yahuwah. And that's it. And that's all. Y'all can have the rest of it. There's so much going on, guys. I just look into these new laws that they're creating. I'm telling you. I just found out what next month, July the 1st, we got like 100 and something new laws here just in my state. Keep up with it. Because I'm telling you, that money that they donating to old boy, I got a feeling it's going to be a law. Because I'm telling you, I remember last year around some time, they said something about when you give money to inmates or give money to certain felons and stuff, they feel like you're a part of certain organizations. They feel like you're a domestic terror. That's what they said. And so I don't know exactly how they're going to word it in the bill. I'm sure they already got it laid out probably 20 years ago. But I don't know, just so much, just so much. Anyways, I'm going to let y'all go because I can go on and on and on. Y'all know how I can be. I can go on and on. But anyways, hey, may the Most High be with us all. I'll catch you in the next one, y'all. Shalom.